Welcome everybody to episode 133. We are getting ready for some pop bumper rebuilds. Stay tuned, we'll be starting in a few minutes. Thank you for the follow, MF Host. All right, y'all, let's get the show on the road.
Do it.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to episode 133 of PinTech Live. We are back at Lynn's Arcade with Matthew Talley in Seaside, California. Oh no, I can hear myself
Uh-uh.
with I have it. I'm at my arcade, Captain Crazy's Paradise, and I'm streaming myself up there, and maybe that's not the best idea. Okay, there we go. I think I muted it. It did not mute.
Hear yourself echo throughout the whole arcade.
You can hear me. Yeah, you really can. It's quiet afternoon here in Gulf Shores, Alabama. I think that's better, maybe. Can you hear that?
I can't hear you. I
Okay,
just hear
cool.
you talking. I don't hear echo
Well,
or
my
anything.
dad up front can learn some stuff because today we are going to do a pop bumper rebuild on this epic looking Walking Dead, which was formerly a Barracora, right?
Correct.
Ooh,
Yeah.
really?
It was, I think the sticker's still in here. No.
Let me switch
Somewhere in
to.
Arizona, they rebuilt it. They had a beat up Barracora and rethemed it as the comic book version of Walking Dead. And I remember seeing it because I'd always wanted a Barracora. And then it sold to the Flipper Room in Concord. And then it sold to Carl up in Portland. And then I had a future spa that I wanted to move on. So I hit up Carl and we traded with a little bit of cash. So I drove all the way up to Portland, did the game swap, brought it back, set it up for league.
It's been all over the place.
It's been everywhere.
Yeah, Firebird Pinball, they're a restoration
Firebird.
company out of Phoenix, Arizona. They do amazing work, and they really wanted The Walking Dead comic book edition style. So that's really, it looks beautiful. Just like
Yeah, they
seeing
did
that
a good job.
overhead is amazing.
Over the pandemic, I went through it all and I rebuilt all the drop targets. I rebuilt the kickers. I rebuilt the flippers. Put new flipper button switches inside. Updated the flipper kit from being like I kind of went backwards in time to like a better version of the flippers. So I use like older Williams flippers to give them like a bit more power. So new
I'm
plates.
surprised you didn't put lightning flippers in it. Can you do that?
It's right there.
Oh, I
There
just
are
can't
lightning
see.
flippers in it. Yeah.
Nice. It's just too small.
There you go.
Look at that.
Yeah, of course we did.
Of course. Why would I even doubt it?
Yeah, like got it. And then recently what happened is smoked a pop bumper coil. And then I was looking at all the underside and I figured might as well. There's one bracket that looked like it was like JV welded together. And so might as well.
Oops. Let's not have that there.
Yeah, Carrie, you're right. I did use WC Era Maximum as well, which we'll get to look at here in a second.
There we go.
So yeah, I burned out a coil and I figured I might as well just rebuild everything. So I got new brackets, I got new coils, I got new things, I got new springs, and I got new yokes. These are the guys.
Nice. I like how you
All
have that
from
sort of
Marco
like
Specialties.
pinball surgery table pulled up next to
Yeah,
you.
totally. Just in case I need it. So
There.
I'm gonna pull this out of the way and pop that playfield up. Get going.
Sounds good. How does a pop bumper coil burn out? Like what gets it
Could
to
be
that point?
two different things I found. One of which
Ginger beer, for the record.
is
Non-alcoholic.
the switch can get stuck. So this one also is Get closer and zoom in on it. This is the one that's
Yes, they
fried,
have a very nice rig.
but you can see that it's also broke off the one side. So I'm wondering if this just got like, it's weird because it fried with it up. Normally it fries with it down.
Maybe I can see it with this camera. Oh, whoa. That
Yeah,
is
so,
burnt.
and that's like blackened and burnt. And then you can see this is like been like welded.
Yeah.
The other two look fine, but I figured I want to put new coils in it and new coil sleeves and get them to be a bit more lively anyway. So figured that'd be a good start.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Polish her up. Cool.
gonna pull all this stuff out on all three, put in new coils to replace these guys, even though they're look fine. And then I'm gonna clean up my switches.
The yolks.
And then I'm gonna turn it on, and if that coil locks on again, then it's most likely gonna be a transistor on the board that I'm gonna have to hunt down. Because sometimes the transistors blow and it just locks the coil on. As soon as you turn the game on, you'll see your coil lock on and it will just smoke it. And that's a transistor up on the board saying go when it's not supposed to go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes. What's up, Dent? This is a labor of love. So much of pinball is. And yeah, you guys are getting all your games ready and playing nice and mean for Seaside Champ. You
This
want to
is
do a
true.
little Seaside Champ promo? Tell us what that is.
So Seaside Champ is our big 4-day tournament set of tournaments. Let's put it that way. So we do the Thursday night strikes. We're doing a target match play and a max match play on Friday, 2 separate tournaments. Saturday is Seaside Champ qualifier, so that's a 12-round qualifier, and top 24 go on to Sunday. And then Saturday night we're doing a strikes, and then Sunday we do finals and we do a pin golf. So it's 6 tournaments in 4 days over the weekend in December, like December 16, 17, something like that.
Nice.
The
And
tickets
now are you all
are,
filled up? Or
we filled up, but our wait list is still available, and I always expect people to drop off. It's inevitable.
where do people go to get on that wait list?
Go to Eventbrite and just look up Seaside Champ 3.
Right. All right, I'll put the link in the chat, y'all. Seaside
Sweet.
Champ 3. And I haven't been to Seaside, but everyone that has talked about this tournament always say this is like the most lively hootin' and hollering party tournament there is in all the land. It's
So
not
yeah,
a quiet golf-esque PGA Tour setting. It's more like what,
no,
wrestling.
yeah, we usually have like punk rock playing and or some other genre of music, but it's usually pretty loud, lively. People are cheering, people are high-fiving when you have good games. It's not your typical, hear a pin drop style tournament.
Yeah, I
Last year
like
was super
y'all's
rad on.
description. Your punk
Yeah,
rock pinball party tournament is back for year 3. Come compete
that's
at
right.
Lynn's Arcade for 4 days of hot pinball action.
I did not use ChatGPT for that, by the way.
Oh
That was
man,
all me, baby. All my bad punctuation, probably
missed my
misspellings.
mouth. Dent, they are in Seaside, California, so you got a long drive from Mississippi, sir, but it is worth it. Do it. Do it, Dent.
Yeah.
All right. So
Toasty.
you got the bracket off for the toasted
Yeah.
one.
And
Make
now
sure
I
that
gotta
goes
take,
in my box, please, 'cause that's beautiful.
yes, absolutely. That's gorgeous. Just a little bit. zoom just a little bit so I can get in there.
Nice. And for those just joining, we're working on The Walking Dead, but it's actually Barracora, and it's a retheme. So if you have a Barracora or an era, a game from this era, Williams, the process should be the same.
Similar, for sure.
And if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. And we could even maybe open up Pandora's box a little bit today. Something Kyle used to always do is we would solicit, what games are you all working on and what issues are you running into? And Kyle would kind of service tech over the stream what the next step should be. So we'll test Matthew out today.
Thanks. Been doing some.
Denisius said, what are the must-have spare bits on hand for running the tournament? Great question.
It's going to be like in some of the era games they use like Fliptronic boards. Last year we had a Fliptronic board break. I always have a couple of those. I have extra coil sleeves, coil stops, flipper plungers. Just so if some coils start, or if like flippers start getting sticky, even though we're going to try to rebuild damn near everything before then. We have that we can do on the fly. Yeah, rubbers for sure, in case of rubber breaks. Mostly
fuses, lamps, coil sleeves, coil stops, flipper bats, and more. You can buy it all at marcopinball.com.
Yeah, fuses are big. Definitely gotta have some fuses.
And just a heads up, y'all, we are doing our epic Marco Pinball Parts weekend. It starts next Friday. Yeah, that's Black Friday, all the way through Cyber Monday. And we have lots of coin door busters for y'all coming up, so get your carts ready.
Rag.
Mike F is restoring a Williams high-speed original and rebuilding the pop bumpers now too. It's pop bumper rebuild day. If I had my Star Wars Data East parts, I would be rebuilding pop bumpers today too. It's pop bumper season. I guess it is, right? When it gets cold, it's time to rebuild the pop bumpers.
Right. This is where I always get.
What are you doing there?
This is the plunger that goes. So always got to remember what way it goes back together. Clean up.
Remember, when you're working on games, take pictures, take reference photos, especially if you get distracted. Say you get a phone call and you walk away, you come back, and you might forget what direction that piece went. Matthew doesn't have to worry about it right now because we are taking 24 pictures a second.
Right.
He's got plenty of reference points, but for all y'all out there, always take pictures. You think you'll remember, and then that's that one time that you're like, man. Hello, Mr. J. Crane. Thanks for joining us. They are onerous.
So I got new little yokes, the two little yokes that go together. Oop. Got our new spring.
Nice.
That's back in like that. Oil.
Oh, yeah. Take lots of pictures from different angles, right? Yeah, that is important. Sometimes you take like the one picture real quick and then you're like, oh no, but I can't see what went on the other side. And that's the side I need. Old school EMs, how's it going? Replacing all the coils on my laser ball.
Nice.
Laser ball is an awesome game.
Yes.
It is also coil day.
Uh, we're doing coils too.
I want to like zoom in on what you're doing right there. Let's see.
Just putting this plate back together. Now we got a whole new bracket, whole new coil, whole new yoke, new
Put it
spring.
up super close up to that wide angle camera so we can see it in all its new glory.
Gorgeous. It's
Nice.
gorgeous. Now we gotta go up top. I'll put this in. Will this go down without hitting the camera? Ooh. No, of course not. Oh, there's the strap. All right, back it up.
I'm hitting up Kale for parts I need right now. All right, good luck with that. I do love Kale though.
Right, so these are actually pretty cool because I don't have to take apart the whole yoke.
Oh, can
Okay,
you
where are we
tilt
going?
down maybe with the score cam? Let me see what I can get on the play score cam. Yeah, let's do the score cam. And then I'll switch it to this. Did you get new skirts and spoons for these pops too, sir?
I have new spoons. I don't need skirts because they're really nice and they're red.
Oh yeah, those are
They're not
pretty.
thrashed.
He's keeping his skirts, okay, Carrie?
So yeah, these am I gonna have? Yeah, so wonderful when you don't have to take this whole thing apart because then you got to get the light wires that are down there, which are like rigid, hard metal deals. So I
Mm.
don't have to worry about that. But there's my issue. I think this
What
might
is
have
it?
broke. It's the
Oh, it's disconnected. Completely.
yeah. So I
Well,
wonder if like that's why the coil fried is that it broke, it fell down, it was hitting this thing to actuate. So that's a new one.
gotcha.
I'm just gonna go ahead and do one of
Yeah,
these
they
right now.
they are the translucent pop bumper bodies. Great for getting more light on the playfield.
Yeah, like glow nice and red.
Bluetooth connection? What do you mean? It is very pretty. This chain link fence almost
Yeah,
looks
all
like
the
it's
way
like
around.
graphics that I put on the live stream. Like it's a 2D image, but it just the way it's designed and stuff, it just looks like it's
Yeah, it's
3D
like
coming
clear
off.
underneath. So
Yeah,
like
it's pretty
yeah,
amazing. They
they
did
did a really good job.
so beautiful. Who doesn't like the graphic novel The Walking Dead? Your cabinet's super clean too. Look at that.
Yeah. Okay. Back up. Where are we?
Hello,
Yeah.
Phil. Welcome. Phil is going to be our next guest tech on PinTech Live,
Nice.
probably after Thanksgiving. I gotta talk to you, Phil. We gotta do an AV test. And then we can check out all the stuff he's working on and maybe even see these awesome foot pedal flipper button things they've created for our freedom to play pinball or ADA controller devices to help those who maybe can't play pinball in the standard way can enjoy it still using foot pedals. Super awesome.
Back
Where would we do that,
around.
Phil? In your shop or Pinky's? Hello, James Gruber. Happy holidays. Phil operates out of the Carolinas and has tons of locations that his games are at. So we're gonna do the new shop. Ooh, awesome. We're excited for the tour. All right. Let me change some cameras. Hello, Spunky. Welcome. Nice.
Let's screw that in first. Let's screw that in first.
Oh, thanks for the follow, Gemstone. We appreciate it. We do tech streams every Thursday for the most part. Getting back to it.
Mostly.
Mostly. Pop bumpers are my favorite, says Phil. I feel like I felt like a big eye roll with that comment. Could be wrong. He might just really love doing pop bumper rebuilds. And if that's the case, Phil, you should come down to Gulf Shores. I got a lot of fun stuff for you over here.
Got a few pop bumpers for you to rebuild.
Yeah. Right. Being tightened back on. Not too bad. Right.
No.
Did that pretty fast. It's always seems so daunting because there's so many pieces involved in the pop bumper and then adjusting
Like I said,
everything
this one was
lined
a
up.
little bit easier because I didn't have to take out the yoke at the top.
Right.
If I had to take out the yoke at the top, so like see this like silver band going
Yes.
up here and then this one coming out over here. That's for the lights. And so I'd have to like unstaple all these, bend the wire up, and then I can pull the whole pop bumper top off. And a
Oh.
lot of the time you got to do that to get the like the actuator to come out.
Hello, Daniel. Yeah, that's just Phil said the same thing. It's when you have to take out all the lights.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
That's where his eye roll came from.
Yeah, exactly.
His
I
virtual
got
eye
really lucky. I like looked at it earlier because I'm like, what exactly am I going to get into here? And then was like, oh sweet, I don't have to deal with that. Fantastic.
roll. James Gruber says, I get people that say they don't like when a ball stays in the pops. I welcome any points anytime myself. Yeah, points
Yeah.
all day long. Stay up in the pops and I'll like stretch, wipe my hands, get ready for it to come back down.
Yeah. And I need to find another one of these guys. Hopefully I have one in my little box because that other one is gone.
Oh no,
Wherever it broke
it
and
fell into
flew
the
out,
abyss.
I don't see it inside anywhere. So
Yeah, when the machine plays itself. Yeah, auto run. I should put the chat on here. There you go.
not in here. I'm gonna go back behind the bar real quick. My other big box. Nuts and bolts and
Almost.
got the mobile box and then I got the arcade box.
Daniel likes your watch. Said nice white
Ah,
retro watch.
my shark watch.
Shark watch.
The same
What
one I
makes it a
had in
shark
middle
watch?
school. That's just the brand.
Oh, gotcha.
Remember the old ones? They had like Velcro.
No, that was before my time.
That's my brand. Yeah, it's a shark watch.
Or just
But it usually has like a Velcro strap, but I put on the other
oh,
strap.
gotcha. It's pinball, not boring ball. James Gruber keeps his pops and slingshots very sensitive.
That's what we try to do too. Keep it lively.
Yeah, Lynn's is also nicknamed as the dojo, right? Because everyone goes in there to train because their games are set to a certain way that makes them very fun but also very difficult. But if you start doing well at Lynn's, then when you go out into the wild, you're just like GCing everything you touch. It's
Well,
training ground,
in theory.
in theory. I've seen it happen,
Seen it.
witnessed it. All three
So
pops.
putting them back, you want to be sure you got your diode. This diode's facing the other way, so my high power goes, or my power goes on the banded side, and then the other one goes on that side. So you just
Oh.
make sure your diodes are lined up correctly.
So it's not about the coil orientation. It's literally about looking at that little black diode and seeing where the band is and matching it to that.
Right. So
Very
I'm going
important, y'all.
very
That is a
important. You
very,
will.
very easy mistake to make because you're just like, oh, well, it's facing this way. I'm gonna do the wires exactly the same way, but since the diode is
And
swapped, that just changes everything. Follow the diode. That would be a great shirt.
that'd be a
Dan.
great shirt. We're kind of toasty down here. I'm gonna take a little bit more off.
Yeah, sign out DK. The Ricochet from Mr. Jones watches is really nice watch. There's some cool pinball watches out there. I think is that like the John Chad collaboration? I think he made a watch. Or was that Nick Baldridge? Let's look up pinball watches.
Mhm.
Um, let's see if we can get a different view though. Wow. We got a butt or a back or a nothing. Hey, look at this beautiful arcade. Ryan Claytor, thank you. It's all like I Ryan Claytor, John Chad, Nick Baldridge are all just super amazing creative pinball people, so I kind of like in my head group them together. I think they've all collaborated at some point together too. Old school EMs gave me my favorite watch. It's like all Mario and Yoshi and light up. I have it sitting in my Metallica right now because I took a jacuzzi with it and it kind of died. I blame the pinball shows. Nice, thank you. All right, some nice solder in action. Any tips on soldering coils? Don't drop solder.
Try not to drop solder. I didn't tin these, but because I was able to get it through the hole on the coil, I didn't tin them. And don't blow on it. I heard that.
Oh,
Yeah, a friend of mine told me that because it will make a cold solder and then it can pop off.
nice. Yeah, don't burn your fingers. Put a
Try
towel
not to
under the
burn.
work area. Gravity is not your friend in this situation, so
No.
be careful.
Go slow. Be patient.
Harry asked if you have the solder catcher in the cab.
No,
This
I do not have a solder catcher.
is do as he says, not as he does. situation.
Yeah. What is the solder catcher? Just a rag?
Yes, I imagine so.
Mhm.
It's a little basket. This guy is very close to burning his fingers. He's
Nah.
he's
I still
got
got that much like sitting there.
it's an optical illusion. Oh yeah, real dummy. Fix the lights on the Metallica right ramp. Take her out. That'll be fun. Thank you. Lift her up.
All right, one done.
It
On
looks
to the
so
next.
fancy and new.
Beautiful, right? The other coils are fine, but I just figured might as well do it all. So I'm gonna do this. I already did all the other ones. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like in flipper rebuilds, right? If you're rebuilding one flipper, maybe do the other one too.
Do all, yeah, do them at the same time, and
Matches.
then you know when you did it. That and like this coil's got like a broken side to it.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
it's just
It's
like hanging
time.
on with like the wire or whatever. I'll keep it as a backup, but
I was thinking about that too, Carrie. When Carrie mentioned adjusting the spoon, like, can you show us where you would do that and how?
yeah.
Hello, Pinball Rob. Good to see you. We're back. We're actually live today. It feels good. Last week we were at Houston Arcade Expo, officially the last show of the year for us, and it was a very wonderful weekend. Spent a lot of time playing Labyrinth and spent a lot of time interacting with the Barrels of Fun team. I recorded their seminar they did on Saturday. I plan on posting that soon. You can meet a lot of their team members, not all of them, but several of them were there, and the passion is just oozing out of their pores for what they're creating, and it's super exciting.
So this is your
Oh, hello,
spoon.
Ollie. That's awesome. Okay, wait, I can't see it. Okay, we see the spoon.
That's the spoon.
Yeah.
I'll show you the switch on the side when I get it, move it after I replace all this stuff. But there's a switch right here,
Hmm.
and when the spoon move, like when the ball hits the skirt, it drops this switch down, and it hits the lower switch, making it fire. So you want to make sure that you're pretty darn close. You don't want to be, obviously you don't want it to be touching, otherwise you'll rapid fire, but you want it to be so close, like, so if that ball barely touches that skirt, it's like, pow, and actuates the pop bumper.
So it hits the skirt hits the spoon hits the switch side.
Correct.
Nice. See,
Oh
I
man.
get it. I was like, I want to see what you're doing. We see a screwdriver moving, but that's it. Oh, kind of no.
Where are
There.
we?
Thank you.
There?
Yep.
I just took these two screws out.
Hmm.
So when you flip it over, that releases the coil and the bracket, or the mounting bracket, which takes that off. And then we're back to here again. And this comes apart. That. And take these two apart. Wow.
How do you
They're
take them apart?
together. They just slide apart. There's a top piece and a bottom piece.
Gotcha. They were just gunky.
Yeah, I'm gonna replace them.
Yeah, and the spindle of the skirt should be dead center on the spoon.
Yes.
If not replacing the skirt and spoon, at least clean and center them.
Mhm.
It's talking to you
I know.
for superior sensitivity. Your spoon's dirty.
You got dirty spoons, man.
Fix it. Clean it. Where did you go? Oh,
That's New spring.
nice.
Coil.
New parts are always fun. So shiny.
So shiny. Fine, Carrie.
Is he gonna clean it?
Cleaning my
Yay.
spoon.
Thank you. You're already in there. You might as well get clean.
Might as
Still
well.
dirty. Do it
Clean the
again.
other spoon.
Did you clean the plunger and replace the sleeve? I don't
I have
know.
a new coil, which comes with a new sleeve, and I
But it
cleaned my
doesn't come with
plunger.
a new. He cleaned the plunger. Cleaned it. How do you clean it? What is a good cleaning?
Naphtha. A little naphtha on my rag. I'll go get some more. A little bit of naphtha. Needed more for my spoon. Did not get new spoons. That would have been good to do. The old one, I'm just going to replace it anyway. So everything is all shiny. Because Barracora deserves it.
Absolutely. Old school Williams said naphtha and red scrub. What's
Red
red scrub?
scrub. I don't know. What is red scrub?
Like a red sponge?
A red
Scrubby.
scrubby?
Red scrubby? Why is it red?
Or is it the one that like David was using? Like that? Like a deep purple one that he was using.
Session closed. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
You need to accept my session. I got kicked out of your computer because
Oh,
I tried a new remote desktop app, and it works way better, except I ran out of time.
Good.
Ooh, oh wow. Alrighty, we're back. Thanks, y'all. Or thanks, Matthew.
Mhm.
I do not want to hear sound. Okay, I think this is good. And there.
Whoa.
James Gruber said a Venom on location had this one up kicker that wasn't always getting the ball in the wire ramp. Like it was too weak. I put a longer coil sleeve on and flipped the tapered spring around, large side up, and it fixed the issue the spring was getting hung up before.
Whoa.
Interesting. Have to keep an eye on that. Clean parts is always satisfying to see. Yeah.
Oh man, that's like the best thing in the world.
I know. Can you take a cool photo of that when you're done with the pin
Yeah.
coils?
Yeah.
Tightening it down.
Yeah. So there's two switches in there. One's a scoring switch and one's the actuator switch. Hmm. Let's go on the diode side. Same. Kind of feel them too, like if they're crispy, I like will take more wire off.
Hmm. Did you have to swap the wires for this one too because of the diode?
Yeah. I believe this one was in like this. Yeah. for whatever reason.
So with the diode on the banded side is which wire?
It's your power, your high power.
Your high
So like you
power.
see the two reds on all of them are your high power.
You can
And
zoom into that diode. Like,
it's on the side. Um,
see how see how good this camera is focusing macro. And we
you see
see,
the white band.
oh, sorry. Yeah, okay, kinda. Pretty cool shot. Oh yeah. Oh, almost. Oh good.
Mhm.
Now it's Blair Witch Project.
Yeah,
It's pretty dark. How are you doing this in the dark?
not dark. Well, how's that?
Oh wow. That is what we call a game changer.
Yeah, there's your little white band.
Absolutely. Cool.
And then on the coil, it'll show you.
D. John Whitaker. What's up? The John Whitaker is the #1 fan of the pinball power poker tool that we sell.
The power poker.
Best tool ever developed by our team. I recommend all to have it. Oh my gosh. I can send you a photo of mine right now. Send me a photo of yours and I'll send you a photo of mine. How about that? We'll trade power poker photos. Ooh, a demo video for y'all? Yeah, there you go. For those of you who don't know what a pinball power poker is, maybe we'll let you in on let you in on what we're talking about. I happen to have one right here because I use it every day at the arcade because I got short arms. And this guy right here will extend super long. So when I'm trying to turn on or off one of my Stern games where the power switch is on the head now, I don't have to crawl under and reach up. I could just stand right at the end of the game and be like, power poke. It is pretty amazing. I've found other uses for it too. So has John, but my brick wall keeps falling down, so I've been using this to push it back up until I glue it back. James Giver, I have an idea of what it is. No, for real, it's really great.
Good for giving wet willies from across the room too.
That is definitely a John Whitaker move. Wowimoto, I thought we were friends. Oh, wait. Me too. What'd I say? This was all the rage at Southern Fried Gaming Expo this year.
Yeah, dude. So
I think John tried to pick my nose with it at some point. Please use this tool for pinball only, please, everybody. I am gonna push my walls down though.
it's kind of toasty too.
Cannot wait for Monday. Get behind there. All your coils are toasty.
This one was a little toasty too, it looked like. And all these yolks are just like,
Can you slightly pan the score cam to the right? Thank you.
good.
Look at that dirty spoon. Carrie's about to resummon himself into the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Clean my spoons.
In my spoons.
Oh, dirty spoon.
Spring.
Oh wow. Then yeah. Stuff breaks. My Star Wars Data East, all maybe 3 out of the 4 housings are cracked. It happens. All right, metal yoke onto what is that material called again?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, Emoto, it's at the tip of my tongue. It's not nylon. It is. Anyone in the chat?
It's like a weird
Fiber.
fiber board.
Fiber yoke. Bakelite?
Bakelite. I think it's
Bakelite.
Bakelite. Yeah, that sounds correct.
You need a metal and you need a fiber. And with their powers combined, you get a pop bumper yoke. Screwing it all together. So what are you doing now?
Putting the new, whatever this thing is called. Put a new one of those in there. Ball actuary. I don't know what the hell that thing's called. Where's my napkin?
A ring and rod?
The what?
The ring and rod? Like the metal?
Yeah. I'm replacing all those too, just for the sake of, because I'm here. Because I'm here.
Yeah, James Gruber said, keep plenty of those yolks, they break often. The bracket also breaks,
Yeah.
but far less frequently.
Yeah, I have a stack of the yolks, for sure. I am 3 less now, but I think I still have like a handful over there. Because yeah, they break all the time. Sucks. And then I'm gonna save these old brackets just in case another game
Yeah,
breaks on these, because
just to
you
have
always at least
backup.
gotta have one. As long as you have one here, you won't go down.
Did you clean your spoon?
It did.
No, we didn't witness it. Do it again.
Too late.
We were busy looking at the power poker.
At the what?
At the power poker.
Oh,
By the way, y'all, I'm gonna drop a link into the chat right now for those who also would like to have a power poker in your life. Pinball power.
yeah.
Also, the end of the ring rod breaks off at the nut. Keep plenty of those as well.
Yeah, that's what happened on the What
Yeah, his
happened to
thing was
that first
two
one?
different pieces when he
Yeah,
finally
completely.
disassembled it.
Like the nut snapped off here, and then it snapped off at the top.
James, exactly.
Yeah, it was barred.
No, I take it back. Looks like we're taking 60 pictures per second on this stream.
Wow. Per
Yeah, that
second?
is intense. Per second. It's a lot of
That's
pictures, right?
a lot of
That's why
pictures.
everything
That's
looks
what you
like
gotta,
super hyper real.
you gotta have it when you're streaming pinball, man. You gotta catch that ball speed.
That's right. Speaking of which, if y'all jump back on Twitch later tonight, are y'all going to be streaming your Thursday night strikes?
Probably be streaming Thursday Night Strikes.
So follow
Most
Lynn's
likely.
Arcade on Twitch. You can watch their battles. Gets pretty intense up in there sometimes. In all the best ways, of course. Oh yeah, maybe I should have reshared this. Hmm. Share to.
Almost there.
We got compliments on your wire strippers. Where did you get them? And can you show them off? Maybe we should
Yeah,
carry them.
they're great for like small stuff. I have two different kinds. These are like you got snips on one side, and then you
Ooh.
got this little like you see it pull down.
Whoa.
Yeah, and
That's
then
amazing.
I also have these.
That's less cool. I have one of those. I want to see the other one again. Dude, that's okay. Where do you get that? And what is it called? How do we find it?
Broskies.
What?
I don't know. Todd Brammer gave these to me, and they've been in my bag ever since because they're dope.
Nothing a Google search can't solve.
Yeah,
Snipper wire strip.
yeah. They just kind of grab on, and then boop. So
I've never seen something like that before.
I'd never seen him either, and he was like, "Check these out." Like,
You need
whoa,
a. Ooh, I found them.
nice.
Ascend tools. Two-in-one combination, electrical wire stripper and cutter. Clicky click. I want to see. Yes, Carrie, that is true. We appreciate different types of strippers. Um, that
All strippers are
Irwin,
equal.
That Irwin is a little too big for Emoto hands, whereas this compact one is multi-use and looks like it could fit in my hand a lot better.
The other one's got cutters too, and it's got like crimpers for your like Molex tools. So if you need to crimp, you can use these guys to crimp, and then cutter right here. And then this is adjustable for the thickness of your wire
It is
and
really
how
cool.
long you want your wire to go. But
It's
there's uses
very,
for both of them. I use them both.
indeed, indeed.
These are all for your art project.
Yes. I'm trying to.
Okay, so now we see if this coil locks on when I turn it on.
Wow, it doesn't pop up that way.
The fun part. Please don't lock on. So watch that one. Cool.
Oh, I found it.
Didn't lock on. That's good. Oh, we can also show you this while it's up. If I can get there.
What's
Can I get all the way up there? There we go. So yeah, we did Williams style flipper mechs in this one, like Williams WPC. So it has, as opposed to a spring on the plunger that brings it back down, it's got a return spring here, making the action work better. So the drop down is better. But I had to get like all new flipper plates and rebuilt
nice?
the
That's
switch
a pretty
stacks,
cool
and
upgrade.
yeah, it makes it so the flippers are really powerful because it was very sluggish. Oh, and then I also had to rewire gun because it was in the original configuration, which on Barracora you have to do TAR Barracora all the way around.
EAR.
So
Agora.
Barracora. So when all they did was like swap out the art package, so you had to spell nug instead of gun.
Nice.
So I rewired it so you go gun, sword, and gun lights this ball lock, and sword lights this ball lock.
I can't see
But
it when you do that because I just see the back of your head.
oh, sorry.
You can be more see-through.
Let me get my pointer. Gun lights this ball lock. Sword lights this ball lock.
Ah, that was awesome.
Now let's see if it works. New keys, which one's similar? Always losing shit. Where'd my keys go? How they appear. Daniel Sloan. They're stalling. Might have blown a fuse too, so we'll find out. No demerits in your ball.
Mm.
Nope. Yeah, no. We got no hot power. So let's see what we blew on the inside. Two. Jump.
So what happened?
Or,
Could you walk us through what's going on?
so because the coil locked on and fried, when I turned it on, none of the coils were working, none of the high power stuff. So I just went into the back box to check out what fuse had blown, because it blew a fuse on that line. And I found a, you'll see.
It's blurry, but it looks dark, as in
Yeah.
Blaine.
And then, focus on me.
Focus on me. And you gotta put it further away.
Yeah, but it blew. So 4 amp.
Mm.
Slow blow.
Low blow.
And we'll see now, like now when I turn it back on too, we'll see if that coil locks on or not. If it wasn't locked on when I. I'm sure that it's a 4. Yeah. Okay. Okie dokie, moment of truth. Whether or not I have to go back into that back box or not. Still, keep an eye on pop bumpers. Turn it on if they lock on or not. They didn't. Cool. Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait.
Whoa.
What's that?
That was
Oh
pretty
yeah.
cool. Beautiful. And nothing's locking on?
Nothing's locking on. Everything's good. And they're way livelier.
All right, now get a high score.
They were super sluggish. So.
That looks great. Oh. It's funny, it's so laggy on my remote desktop, but I can look up and watch the stream and
Oh yeah.
actually see the ball moving. It's great. All right, pop bumper caps go back on. Get your
It's really nice
cool
when they're
pinball
see-through.
swag at Silver Ball Swag.
It's cool when they're see-through. You can line up your screws really easy.
Oh, right.
All right, walking Cora back.
Ooh, hello, Carlos from Spain. Thank you so much for joining us. We just finished a pop bumper rebuild on a Barracora full Williams game. This particular Barracora was rethemed as The Walking Dead comic book edition by Firebird Pinball, a restoration company out of Phoenix, Arizona, and it traveled all across the Northwest and finally found its home in Seaside, California at Lynn's Arcade, where you see it now.
Yeah. forever home. I'm never getting rid of this game. Put too
Forever
much
home.
love into it.
Right. They rebuilt the flipper mechs and a bunch of other stuff to make it play the way they need it to.
Like proper, really.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, let's do one thing to this since I have it open.
Old school yums. My son wants your Walking Dead machine. Come to Seaside. Come play. You remember Steve Hash? We worked with him. He was one of our Team Marco volunteers at Northwest Pinball Show.
Oh, good.
And I think you met his son there too. Super cool kid. He helped us a lot. Actually, with disassembling the truss, he was organizing all the pieces back into our kits, and it was
Oh,
the best
right.
thing ever. He was just because we
Yeah.
were just like, throw everything down, all the pins, and he's just going behind us and picking them all up and organizing them. It was great. Go team. Cleaning it up.
Since clean it up,
Since you got the glass off anyway, might as well.
might as well. Over Daniel's back behind me, going through all the other games.
Nice.
Because we've been out of town for weeks. Every Thursday, we usually come down and clean and wax most games, and they've
Nice.
been neglected.
Get back to work.
Back to work. So yeah, we'll be doing a lot of this, a lot of prep for Seaside Champ. So we'll be going through a lot of the pop bumpers, kickers, flipper mechs, testing all the lights, testing all the switches. I got to pull every game away from the wall, and then I clean underneath everything, put everything back, space everything. A lot. But I got a month. I got time.
Very cool. Yep, it's starting now, so that's great. Pre-production.
Yeah.
Oh, Carlos from Spain said he has two EM pinballs at home, Spirit of 76 and Jungle Queen. Both great
Ooh,
games, by the way. If you had to
super
have
great.
two, nice
Yeah,
choices.
that's a good too.
Where's a good
Well,
on-location place to play is there any on-location place to play on the Canary Islands in Spain? That would be really cool. Beautiful game.
We got a new technique for cleaning games from Dry, ERI 374, that I did not realize what we were doing before was double layering wax and polish. So we would normally clean everything with Novus 1 and then hit it with wax. The Novus 1 is also a plastic polish.
Right?
So you hit it with Novus 1 and then you take a little, like tiny little bit of naphtha on a rag and you clean off the Novus 1 with naphtha and then put wax down. Because what was happening, it was getting like super gunky. It was super strange how it was like the wax and the polish were like combining.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was super weird. So it ended up getting this like haze, this like foggy like haze over the game. And I was like, why does it do this? And then I'm realizing it's reaction to this is the new polish too, like
Oh, yep. That
21
stuff's good.
inch. Because they don't make
Nice.
blitz wax anymore. This stuff is really nice. And it a little goes a long way. And it doesn't like flake up like the blitz wax did.
Mm.
Well, that's nice. Doesn't leave a lot of buildup and residue. Thank you, so pretty. Oh, yes.
Some say you use horse grease on your games.
That's a top
True
secret.
or false?
That is top secret information. Oh,
I prefer to use bacon grease on mine, but
we do have grade A horse grease.
trade secrets are trade secrets.
That's right. Yeah, that's what Greg calls it. Horse grease. So he's gonna make us a sign, like a vintage sign that's like styled after like 50s horse grease. Made of champions for champions.
That's great.
I'll let that sit there, and then let's think about if there was anything else I needed to get to today. Did a bunch yesterday because I needed to get everything ready for ladies league, and I got back and there was a bunch of stuff broken.
Yeah, you fixed like
So
what, 6 games yesterday?
fixed black belt, did fried a coil as well. That ended up being a transistor that blew, so I had to do the coil and the transistor on the left slingshot. What else did I do? World Cup soccer. Carrie had fixed, like, rewired a coil, and for some reason it blew a fuse on the 12 volt line, but it took me a little while to figure that one out, like why the 12 volt was gone. Argosy, I had to set to free play, so I had to get some zip tie. Make that mech not find zero the easy way. I gotta check my list. There's a few other things I did. Oh, Lebowski. There was like that divot at the top of the playfield when you do the skill shot where you hold the right flipper and it launches it up and over the horseshoe and it lands on the top upper playfield. This game's got like 22,000 plays on it, so there's like a divot where the ball keeps landing. So now when you hit the left or the upper little horseshoe shot to spell bowling, it'll go around and then sit in the divot and not go all the way down to the upper flipper. Or it'll kick up from the bottom and just land in the divot and sit there. So I ended up finding a temporary solution until I can get probably wood putty or something like that and some Mylar. But I just used Velcro. It was like the fuzzy side of the Velcro. And I cut a little circle and stuck it in the divot. And now it has a little pad. So when the ball hits it, it hits the pad and but it just rolls right through.
Huh. I wonder other Lebowski owners if I imagine they would have the same issue happening to their games and what their solutions were for them.
Yeah, getting something like a Cliffy maybe that's like super flat. But now that it's a divot, you have to fill that divot probably with some wood putty and then put like a metal Cliffy thing over it. So it's really thin metal would be my guess. But we'd have to custom design it probably. Most likely. This is our little game issues at Lynn's Arcade. As you can see it. So it's like just a Google form. Oh.
Wait, stand by. Stand by. There we go.
So it's just a little Google form that we have behind the bar on the iPad. You put the name of the game and the issue. And then I go into my sheets and I have all the issues that pop up, and then I say when I complete them. So yeah, yesterday was Dirty Harry left flipper was sticking up intermittently, so I replaced the flippers on that. Star Trek, I diagnosed because the top gate won't open when you plunge. So like there's like a left gate and a right gate. And it's supposed to, like, if you hold the left flipper down, it's supposed to open the left gate so you can get a super skill shot. But that one was not opening. So I got it down to another transistor that I didn't have. So I ordered some. Argosy won't start a game or eject a ball. That was the not being on free play. Tales from the Crypt, balls are getting stuck behind the gravestone during multi-ball and wouldn't eject, kicking out 2 or 3 balls at a time. So I adjusted some trough stuff and I looked at the board that I'd already worked on and then turned it on and I got it to play fine.
Nice.
Black belt. Rick and Morty said it was losing balls, but it seemed fine. Lebowski holding up for Playfield.
Holding up.
Tron's right flipper is sticky, so I'm going to rebuild those. So and beat the clock, the right flipper. It's those inline flippers. So there's like a little armature that the flipper goes through that it grabs onto, and that whole armature is actually loosened from the plate that it mounted to. So I had to have to order a new part for that, which is on the way as well. Thank you, Marco.
How long have you had this tech list running where people can submit what's going on with the games?
Since April. It was a like handwritten list, so I had it like just as like a clipboard with like a pen and a pad. And then Carrie did this to make it more streamlined and cleaner.
Nice work, Carrie. So since April, which was what, 8 months ago, how many rows do you have of issues and fixes?
154.
Nice.
And a lot of this, some of the stuff doesn't make it on here, but yeah, 154 on this list. And I didn't save all. I should have saved all my other ones.
That's pretty epic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Carlos, any schedule for the pinball shows? My source of truth for pinball shows, I actually need to update one of our websites, but pinballnews.com usually has a really great list. Let me try to find it for you. Also on Pinside, they have a list of shows, but they don't get updated as much. I started working on the 2024 event list. Up to about 20 shows. Here is Tilt Forums also has this year. Okay, this goes into it has here on Tilt Forums, it has some of the, if you go from Indisc, the Open, that's January 4th to the 8th in Riverside, California. That's a huge tournament, pinball tournament. It never drains in Southern California. That kind of starts off our year. But for big shows that, we do see a lot of international people come out to because most of the manufacturers are there. A lot of pinball vendors from all around the nation and the world come out and show their wares. Is Texas Pinball Festival, which is mid-March. Next year, it's going to be March 15th through the 17th. That's also where we host the Twippies award show. And another one that people tend to flock to in October, it's a good travel time for those in Europe, I believe, is Pinball Expo. We have a lot of folks from Spain that come to Pinball Expo every year. So next year it will be their 40th. They just announced that they are extending it for 1 day longer because
Oh
it
my
wasn't
goodness.
long enough. So now we're going to be spending like the rest of our life up in Chicago for Pinball Expo for their 40th. It's going to be great. That will be mid-October. So check that out as well. We hope to see you. Come visit, Carlos. That's awesome. And then get more pinball in the Canary Islands.
Ah, so pretty.
But really, there's at least 1 to 2 big pinball shows a month now. It's all across the US and the world. There's some great shows in Australia now. There are some shows in the UK and some Northern Europe shows maybe. What are the corner pieces on the glass? Yes, get your glass corner pieces. I will actually drop a link to our new glass corner pieces that are super affordable and lifesavers because you don't want what to happen?
What happened the other night at Lynn's Arcade?
If you don't put the corner pieces on and you drop or you put your glass on direct on a concrete and maybe there's a little rock there that you don't see or even a temperature difference.
Yeah, shatter.
Explosions will happen. It's very sad times. And you can mitigate this from by spending $6 and you will save yourself hundreds.
Yeah, these are the rubber or super
Like
band
silicone,
version.
right?
Silicone,
And
yeah.
those ones are a little bit more pricey, so we just had these awesome ones. They're 3D printed, but they work great. I'm gonna show you. I'm pull them out of my pocket and show you guys. They're very rigid. I use them all the time. I mean, I have to. You can't not. Always use glass corners. Take the lock bar
Always
out, put the glass corners on, slide them out. And then before you put your glass back in your game, what do? You
clean
clean
it.
your glass. Clean
Clean
it,
that
clean
glass.
it. Front and back.
Both sides. Hit the
Both
time.
sides, please. James Cooper, I break about 1 glass per year. Oh no, James.
I broke one piece and I will swear to God I'll never do it again. Terrifying.
It's pretty amazing how it exposed. That would actually be
Rating
a really cool.
Mhm.
Oh,
in-person
that's what he
read.
meant by rating in person. I was so confused by that comment.
He's rating in person. He's got our beer.
Thank you
Check,
for
Gus.
pushing him to clean his dirty
Hi, Daniel.
spoons.
Shut your mouth.
Did you tell them about the drop targets and how you
Oh,
had
he
to
can't hear
rewire
me.
so that it didn't spell Nug no more?
Yeah.
The
Nug sword.
two
Nug
of the
sword.
3 owners of Lynn's Arcade.
Although, not
The
Yeah, this is
third is
Carrie. This is Daniel.
Nikki.
I'll go get a break.
Carrie is one of the other owners. Yeah, you're on TV.
Doesn't
Happy
do
owners.
anything.
Hi.
That's
Carrie
Daniel.
does
Daniel's one of my guys that he's a kind of apprenticing, learning how to work on games.
Nice.
And then he's down here with me every Thursday to clean and wax as much as we can. Fix whatever we can. Hot vintage stuff. Got your artwork.
Sign out TK says breaking glass is a good excuse to get Invisiglass on the older machine.
Yeah.
This is true. We have a 2-pack deal on our site now if y'all have seen it. Here's a link to it. You can save a little bit by getting 2 at a time. Ships pretty nicely. Nice little bundle. Yes, do not break glass in the machine itself. You will be finding shards of glass.
everywhere. Yeah, B set it down right next to it. And she's like, I thought I had the corners on there. I'm like, you didn't have the corners on it. And it just obliterated everywhere. I found it in like cup holders all the way down to like both sides. Was still finding glass in the corners and shit. It was crazy. It was a very cool sound though. Not
It
like a
is.
waterfall.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. So we get a slow motion camera and we intentionally watch pinball glass break and
Yeah.
all the shards. Well, y'all, you just witnessed an awesome pop bumper rebuild on The Walking Dead, which is a retheme of Barracora 1981, I want to say.
I
What did
want
I
to say.
put? You want to say? I want to say.
Yeah.
1981. Woo, 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 woo.
Nice.
And
Nailed it.
Barracora was designed by, do you know?
I don't know.
This was a collaboration between Roger Sharp, Steve Epstein, rest in peace, we love you always and forever, and Barry Ausler. Again, we also love you so much. Amazing, three amazing people, legendary pinball people.
Yeah.
And then
Not
Firebird
much else.
Pinball
We're
took
just
it and rethemed it to The Walking Dead. It's just beautiful. The slow-mo guys did a video on glass breaking. Ooh, I love the slow-mo guys. They also did a video on
The right beer for
how
the right
flipper rubbers
day.
work, and it's
Danker
really
Zone.
amazing.
Since I'm getting on an aeroplane.
That's right.
Put it up
It's funny, I
closer.
can't hear you, Emoto. It was easier when I was.
Mm.
It was easier when I was on the watching the stream remotely.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I
nice.
can't hear you.
So
when you were down
Lynn
there,
is not just
listening to kickers,
known
already
for their immaculate
sake of
pinball,
it.
but also their
She's in my head.
insanely large
Oh well, yes.
beer selection.
It's inevitable. I'm liable to talk at the same time.
They take
Yes, we do
their
have
beer
a.
curation very seriously.
It is quite large. We have 120 plus. So
Done with
Very
this,
so
huh?
cool.
done with it. We can take the sign down.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Oh, Slow-Mo guys also just recently released a video on arcade machines. I have not watched it yet, but I was sent the link. They are the coolest. Yeah. So everyone in the chat,
Yeah.
what games are you working on? What tech stuff are you stuck on?
See if I
Maybe
can help.
Matthew can help.
See if I can help.
There's been many a time since I've opened up my arcade in the past few months where I would call Matthew and be like, blah, 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 this is happening. And he's like, okay, check this and this and this. And then it is exactly what he said. And then I fix it and it's amazing.
You got to tell them about what was it? Foo Fighters?
Oh no. Yeah, even this. So Foo Fighters, no. Why do I gotta tell him about this stupid repair?
Because it was great.
Foo Fighters was popping out 2 balls at a time in the trough, and we were like, why is this happening? Tech trough switch, maybe it's like stuck on or something like that. And then finally it was like, how many balls do you have in your game? Foo Fighters take 6 balls, and yes, I had 7 balls somehow get into the game. So I removed 1 ball, and it was fixed. It was nice. Because that was like right before our monthly tournament. The other one was
just
too.
Like dawned on me was just like, what? How many balls do you have in it?
I forget. Star Wars was having a. I don't know. There's several different things with Star Wars Data East, but we couldn't figure out like what the issue was. So I FaceTime.
It wasn't plunging.
Yeah, but it was like 2 different times because one was a broken diode in the back for that something pit, and then another one was the Star Wars has this handle where you have to plunge with a button. It's not an actual plunger, And so the button wasn't working, and we're checking all these things, looking at the manual and schematics, and I'm like, I'm gonna just FaceTime you so you can look. And then he's like, there's a wire dangling up there. And he's just like,
A wire dangling off the
he's
coil.
like, hey guys. I was like, oh, sometimes it takes that extra set of eyes that have seen it all. All right, let's see. Old school EMs, my King of Steel, all of a sudden, after 3 years on a new All-Tech board, did a reboot. Would that be the 5-volt section? That's hard.
Yeah, I believe so.
More than likely, you could test it on that board, and then you could go down, and if it's not coming through, then you can find where it's losing it. Either power driver or rectifier board, I imagine. But if
It's done
Yeah, that's a
4
5-volt
resets
field.
in the last week.
I doubt it'll do a 5th.
Yeah, 4 and done.
4 and done. That's how those usually work. I'd just go ahead and not worry about it. That's
Sign
not
out
official advice. Sorry.
It said, I'm looking at why the jump ball redirection on my Space Jam is acting up. Occasionally, it doesn't shoot hard enough to get the ball through the wire frame.
So is that the VUK that's pointing up at that point? Because if it's that, you could check the plunger that's got the tip on it. It's usually a plastic tip that pops it up. But since that's in, I don't know if it would use the Data E style where it looks like a round thing with like ridges or whatever. It's like a round scoop that pushes it up. But that'll get wonky, broken,
Dirty.
because if it's the kind that's got this kind, then it's got a spring underneath it also. And if that thing gets like this, then it won't give you full effort. We were seeing that on our tails also.
Yeah, it's got a weird little springy top to it. And that spring can wear out. And then also there's like a pin that goes through it. And that could be like twisted sometimes and just also dirty. So I would take it apart, clean it, check that little thing. You also might be missing
The tip
the
altogether.
chip altogether. We found that multiple times too.
Oh, wow.
It's funny how that, I was like, why does it have this springy thing from stock? Because obviously, you're going to lose some power when you pop through it. It's because it's the switch as well.
Mhm.
So that thing, when it depresses, then depresses the switch. So it's more modern versions are certainly more reliable, and the Williams versions also, but I thought it was a really clever design. Something I hadn't seen before.
I think you got one of those in your Star Wars too.
I was going to say that was the piece that I bought
Yeah.
and have not replaced it.
Yeah.
It's only been 4 or 5
Hey,
months.
it's still working.
It is still working. Maybe when I do the pop bumper brackets, I'll go in there and change them out. It's kind of in the same area. Awesome. Since Carrie's here, how about you hype up Seaside Champ 3? Tell us all about it. What is this
How
crazy
can I do it more than
punk
you already
rock
did?
tournament? We got new audience now. Carrie, what is Seaside Champ 3 and why does everyone need to get on the wait list now? Or do you just have like audience participation? Come hang out and be part of the hootin' and hollering and watch these awesome pinball people battle?
Drink it better while you do it. But Seaside Champ is a series of events
graph.
that happen essentially from a Thursday through Sunday, all IFBA sanctioned events and lots of whoppers. And there are some strong folks coming. However, I don't have access to the list. I know that there are strong folks on that list. So it's already full, but you can wait list. Some folks will probably drop out. Still worth it to come down for the tacos and the beer anyway. But yeah, it's a wild time. I just remember Friday night, or was it Saturday night? I'm sorry, Saturday night when we went from qualifying for Seaside Champ into the sideshow for Saturday night. Michael gets on the mic and let it loose like I've never seen before. And I can't even. I mean, I can't even match the intensity of his excitement. And it'll be that again, but just more of it this time.
So Michael Matson is DRI 374 on Twitch. Definitely follow him. He's one of the most professional pinball streamers we have in our streaming community. And he
Yeah,
does an
he's the one
awesome
that
job.
hosts, like, he put together all the Seaside sideshows, so all the extra stuff. You know, Carrie and I are the tournament directors for Seaside Champ, but Michael put together all the sideshows and he runs those, so we can take a break and just play.
Poor guy. He takes up on this time 1, 2, 3 sideshows this time. 4 sideshows. 4 sideshows. Oh yeah, that's right, because Friday's
Y'all
now
are
got
maniacs.
2 events.
Yeah.
Oh, none of us sleep, or I guess like to sleep. I don't know.
No, there's
Party
no,
all the time.
there's no sleeping.
Pinball
2 weeks leading up
sleep.
to that. Crazy. It's fun. And
Will
yeah,
y'all be live streaming all of it?
all of it.
We even have
Nonstop.
extra batteries on our rig now for that.
Oh yeah. You can
Matson
stream
got us
24
extra
hours
battery
straight?
banks.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And
It's home.
if you didn't know, DRI374, he's famous in his own right for his own streaming rig, but he built our streaming rig also.
Very cool. Thank you for the bits, Game Club Central. It's always good to see you jump on our stream. It's much appreciated. Well, we have 15 more minutes. How about we do a quick play testing battle between you two to see who's the better pinball player? This game, Walking Dead, is how we're going to decide who the better pinball player is this moment.
This is for all the marbles for future reference.
Every single pinball marble is in this jar right now.
Walking Dead.
Right
now.
All right, y'all. Do you want to take bets? Can I do like a Facebook, Twitch poll or something? Who's gonna win? I don't know how to do these things. Manage poll.
If anybody's putting
real money into this, put it on that. Just say, I'm not going to drop it on purpose.
All right. Going for 10 minutes. All right, I started a Twitch poll.
All right.
Who is the best pinball player in all the land?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna pull in the other screen too while we're here.
I can't tell if the pops will work.
You can't tell? They're pretty strong, man.
Yeah, no pressure, they say in the chat. Whoever drank the most will win. It's still early in California. They may not have too many drinks in them. Oops. Let's see.
We're drinking kombucha.
And I like the way that.
There we go. Let's put the score right there. Actually, I could do this. Ooh. Alright.
Uh-oh. I got 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Oh.
Ooh. Gonna be a quick
Flippers are a
game.
little short. Yeah, Walking Dead's not a very fast, or not a very long turn game, that's for sure.
So far, Matthew is slaying Carrie, step it up. Mm.
Oh, you absolutely.
Ben says, tell that lens guy not to aim directly at the center of the pop bumper. At the center pop bumper. Yeah. Don't shoot straight up. That's something I would do. Straight up. Dangerous. Danger. Sign out DK says, I got my money with the guy with his sunglasses up. His sunglasses up?
On my hat.
Oh, the macho pinball hat. Sunglasses. Macho pinball.
Yeah, they're stitched on.
You're stitched on. You can buy yours at silverballswag.com. All right, let's go carry this.
Got him.
All right. The universe has decided.
It's
Got
fine
him.
by me. Just as long as my plane lands in Spokane, I'll be fine.
That was good. All right, we still have 10 minutes. One more game,
One
but
more
now
game?
you guys have to do the official Emoto challenge. I don't know if
Okay.
I've ever put y'all through this. Do you have an idea of what it is?
No, not sure.
I will take my
All
pants
right.
off on stream.
You
That's
have
fine.
you have to play pinball on your knees so you're my height, and that is the
Oh.
Emoto challenge.
Can I use the Marco kids tool?
Let's see what you look like. Hi, you might still be too tall on the Marco stool. Oh, sitting
It's
down.
short.
Oh, because they want to sit down. I got you. Yeah. That's cool. It might be too short. What do you think? Yeah, that looks about my height. I can dig. All right, let's see, y'all. Who is the best Emoto of the Lynn's team? Does original pin shades work well when attached to the cap like that? Pin shades are awesome, by the way. I have a set, and does it remove the glare? Yes, it does. And especially being so short, I get like extra backbox glare halfway down the playfield.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, pinball's
the
pretty
Marco
hard
stool.
when you're my size, huh?
You got practice. I don't want to hear it.
They're
You use
gonna
your
guess.
height as an excuse for sucking.
I gotta use something. Who let this slide? Nice. Jigged on in there. Oof. Good nudging. It's hard to nudge so short. Carrie's doing an excellent job. Nice pass. Oh,
Ooh.
nice save. Little tap pass for the save. Super smooth. Dent, it's hard to bump the machine when you're that short. You have to use your entire body. I see it. I see it wiggling though. Almost saved it out
For
of
getting
that.
back up.
Nice.
Yeah.
The Emoto challenge, the great equalizer. The drink is kicking in. That dank juice. Inspiration. Matthew's so short now, he can't line up his shots like he's normally able to so seamlessly.
What are you talking about? Look at all those drop target shots I just got. Payments are that shit.
He's going for his drops. Oh, just got a full bank. Catching up to carry score.
Oh, come on. No.
Ooh, tight game. Thanks for humoring us, y'all. This is great.
Awesome.
When I first started playing pinball, I played with a lot of really tall people, and so I would use stools to play, so I could see the whole playfield. I can see that the upper in lanes and stuff like that. But then I started playing a lot of pinball with Sean Dolcini, and he's a pretty short dude, and when he plays, he goes even lower. Like, he's almost at the lockdown bar when he plays. And he just kind of does like this laser sight, and that actually built up my confidence to not walk around carrying stools with me and just use my height to that advantage of kind of being able to see down the playfield for that
Yeah.
view.
Oh my goodness.
Solid.
Solid.
Yeah, that's what I gotta do. Is the ball the try? Yes, Dent. Yes. Silly.
Come up together.
Nice, you got a little multiple.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, that was fast. Great
Bring
score.
on your knees. I'll just tell you. A lot of work to do.
Can you guys work this into one of the side shows for Seaside show?
The Moto Challenge.
Side bet. Seaside sideshow side bet.
Take it. You little butt.
Lost a little ball. Oh, save a little tappy. Doesn't even have to play ball 3. Well,
But we're gonna.
gonna. He's gonna GC this right now. Look, he's just like, I'm sorry for your knees.
I'm leaning. I'm good now. If I get a greater margin on this than the prior one, can I take over the title? Or is it for all time? I mean, I'll play by whichever rules.
Nice. Well done. Oh, he lost the earpiece. That was such an intense game. Yay!
I agree.
All right, so that means y'all are equals as long as Carrie channels his inner emoto.
I don't enough jokes about me being on my knees, but I guess I can take another.
And my poll is literally 1 vote for Matthew and 1 vote for Carrie. Very, very successful poll.
Chat was accurate. One for each.
Thanks for voting, everybody on Twitch. Now play one game using your feet to settle it. Oh man, if we only had the Phil's foot pedals.
Oh, we have the
Do that.
pedals.
That's very interesting. I'd almost be inclined to sit on the glass face in the other direction. Just be focused on hitting it with my fingers.
Oh.
Ah, interesting.
It's like, not even caring. Get it up there.
I mean, cause how else am I gonna clean like that? It seems.
It could be cool, like if you mount pads, like big pads onto black belt, and then have people do like roundhouse kicks to each of the flippers.
Well, actually, that's fine. And then I had another thought. You get a stool on each of these, and you could like stand up, like kind of hold onto the rig.
Oh my God, that's so dangerous. Yeah, make sure people sign waivers before you do that challenge. I can see that ending badly.
I'm just waiting for workers' comp. That's fine.
Oh, you don't like Mickey Mouse hat, Dent? That's a legendary Mickey Mouse hat.
Well,
It's missing an autograph still, but one day.
Yeah.
One day. All right, y'all.
Steph Davis.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us. If you're on Twitch, stick around. We're gonna look for someone to raid. And for everyone else, come on over to Twitch. It's completely it's fun. Get to do cool stuff. use emotes and join polls and follow us to other people's streams. Our awesome buddy Manu Mystery Pinball Theater 3000 is playing some Weird Al on the P3 at, let's see, where is he at? In his
I'm
studio?
playing pinball at all hours of the day.
You're
Yeah, Sign Out DK. Actually, the Phil's Pinball created that with drum pedals buttons for people that can't use their hands to play pinball. He developed a flipper system using drum pedals, and our next live stream, he will be our guest technician, the Phil's Pinball over in the Carolinas. We will not be doing a live stream next Thursday. It is Thanksgiving. I will be playing some of the seminars from Houston Arcade Expo though. So there will be new content. It just won't be us talking. I will be eating and watching. Probably. But let's go ahead and raid Mystery Pinball Theater 3000. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
That might be your
Don't forget, Friday we drop a bunch of deals on the Marco website. You will see it in your email on the newsletter blast and on Facebook. Be awesome.
Is it this Friday or next Friday? We've got shopping carts.
Next Friday, Black Friday,
Next Friday.
the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
All right, did we raid? We are raiding.
I was gonna rate it.
We're gonna raid. Okay, we raided. All right, goodbye, everybody. See you next week, sort of. Happy holidays. Holidays. You know what I mean.